Walker of Laugh Yourself into Stitches, and today I'm going to share a method that I use frequently in my quilt patterns, and it's called the Magic 8. And the Magic 8 is a method of using 2 fabric squares right sides together to create 8 half square triangles. Okay, I'm going to share a few examples of the Magic 8 that I used in many of my quilt patterns. This is my crow garden, and I used the Magic 8 creating half square triangles, these tiny little half square triangles to create the stem, and also the 4 corners of the pumpkin. And over here is Noble spools, and I made a number of friendship stars using half square triangles. And in Papa's Tree Farm, there are a number of pinwheels using the Magic 8 method, and it's so much easier to make 8 half square triangles than 2 at a time. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate how to make the Magic 8, and to begin you'll need a few tools. One is a rotary cutter, the other is an acrylic ruler, and a method of drawing diagonal lines, either a pencil, and I like mechanical pencils, or a fine Sharpie. You'll also need 2 fabric squares of equal size, and you'll place them right sides together and draw a diagonal line corner to corner on the wrong side of one of those squares. And again, you can use a fine tip Sharpie if the fabric is dark, or a pencil works well too. Once the lines are drawn, you'll want to take it over to your sewing machine and stitch a 1/4 inch on either side of the drawn line. And I have a sample already finished here. We'll get a close-up of this. And you can see the drawn lines corner to corner, and then I've stitched a 1/4 inch on either side of the drawn lines. Now I'm going to subcut this into 4 different cuts. Taking my ruler, I place my 4-inch line on the left side of the fabric so that it goes directly through the intersection. This happens to be an 8-inch square, and I'm going to go ahead and make my first cut. And then, without shifting the fabric, I want to place my 4-inch ruler mark on the opposite side and make my second cut. At this point, we're going to make our 3rd and 4th cut, and they go directly through the drawn lines, corner to corner. And again, you want to be careful not to shift the fabric. So here is the 4th cut. And once your 4 cuts are done, you end up with 8 half square triangles. Well, if they come apart. There you go. And now we'll go ahead and iron, and I always iron to the dark side, so I'm going to press that seam over to the dark side. Okay, now that I have pressed all of the half square triangles to the dark, I am going to trim them up, and I'm going to trim these to measure 3.5-inch squares. I am using a tool called the Block Lock, and it's a great little tool. It has a little groove in the back where it locks that seam down, and so your fabric doesn't shift. And if you don't have a block lock, you can also use an acrylic ruler that has a 45-degree angle, and I will demonstrate both of these methods. Okay, I'm going to trim this one up to 3.5-inch square using my block lock ruler, and I place the little groove onto that seam, and it just snugs right up so it doesn't even shift that, and it keeps it nice and tight. And you can see I have a little bit extra. Here's my 3.5-inch lines here, so I'm going to trim 2 sides, and then I'm going to turn my block around and the block lock, and I'm going to trim the opposite 2 sides, but this time I am lining up my 3.5-inch ruler marks right on the edge of the fabric. And there you have this half square triangle trimmed up using the block lock. The second one I'll demonstrate is using just a regular OmniGrid ruler with a 45-degree angle, and that is very important. So here's my 3.5, and here's a 3.5-inch mark. I want to make sure that my diagonal line is going right through the seam, on top of the seam, and I have enough to trim on the outside. Let me move it down just a bit. Okay, I'm going to trim that, and then I'm going to turn the block around and place the 45-degree again right on the seam line, and this time I have the 3.5-inch lines on the edge of the fabric, and I'll trim. And there you'll have a trimmed half-square triangle. Okay, I wanted to share my Cinderella Pumpkin pattern with you, showing very small half-square triangles. And these were actually made using unfinished 1.5-inch half-square triangles, and they finish into 1-inch finished squares once they are all sewn into the block. You'll see them here in the pinwheel and also along the stem line. In my example of the Magic 8 today, I started with 2 8-inch squares, right sides together, and I ended up with 8 3.5-inch unfinished half-square triangles. Unfinished meaning that they have not been sewn into the block yet. So depending on if you want to make a large half-square triangle or down to the small 1-inch finished half-square triangle, I've created a chart to show exactly what you start with and what size half-square triangles you end up with. You can find this Magic 8 chart on my blog at shaystitches.blogspot.com and click on the tutorials, scroll down till you see the Magic 8. It'll be, once you're on that post, you'll find a print-friendly version that you can print off, laminate it, and have it handy for yourself. But the best thing about this Magic 8 method that I love is all the bias edges are already sewn together when you stitch the diagonal lines. So when you chop them all apart, you don't have any bias edges, which create more accuracy for your quilting. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial on the Magic 8 method, and you'll use it in your quilting too. It's one of my favorites. For other tutorials, you can find me at shaystitches.blogspot.com, as well as Instagram at Laugh Yourself Into Stitches and Facebook at Karen Walker Quilts. Thank you.